The former Prime Minister evoked cigar-chomping Winston Churchill in swipe at his successor but wants nuts smoking ban. Boris Johnson has branded Rishi Sunak's plan to phase out tobacco as absolutely nuts. The former Prime Minister has sided with Tory rebels threatening to vote against Mr. Sunak's flagship smoking policy. Speaking at an event in Canada, Mr. Johnson said, "We are, on the whole, in favour of freedom, and it is that single Anglo-Saxon idea of freedom that I think unites Conservatives, or should unite Conservatives. And when I look at some of the things that we are doing now, or that are being done in the name of conservatism, I think they are absolutely nuts. When the party of Winston Churchill wants to ban cigars, donner un break as they say in Quebec, it's just mad. The law proposed by the Prime Minister would prevent anyone who is turning 15 this year, or younger, from ever being able to legally buy tobacco products. A similar law had been due to come into effect in New Zealand in July but was repealed by the country's new coalition government in February. Tory MP Brendan Clark-Smith said, "I understand Boris' frustration. With the time we have left before a general election, we must urgently show voters we understand their priorities. This is an issue that has never come up on the doorstep. People I speak to want conservative policies. They want us to stop the boats, cut immigration, bring law and order back to our communities and make life more affordable for working people. These are the areas we must focus our efforts, not overreaching on the individual freedoms of tax-paying adults." Mr. Sunak announced the plan at the Conservative Party conference last year and has presented it as part of his political legacy. Speaking at a gathering of Conservatives in Ottawa, Mr. Johnson suggested his party lacked the dynamism of its Canadian counterparts, who appear on course to win the next election. It has been rumoured in Westminster that Mr. Johnson could return to the campaign trail at the general election this year in an effort to revive the Conservatives' polling numbers, particularly in the Red Wall in the North and Midlands. But his comments to the Canada Strong and Free Networking Conference on Wednesday night appeared to make this prospect less likely as he criticised policies that were being carried out in the name of conservatism. Mr. Sunak's flagship policy, which is backed by Labour, is expected to be the subject of a free vote when MPs debate the legislation for the first time on April 16. Speaking ahead of the introduction of the bill last month, Mr. Sunak said, "If we want to build a better future for our children, we need to tackle the single biggest entirely preventable cause of ill health, disability and death, smoking.